Hello and welcome. One of you asked me to take a look at the crypto fear and greed index, so I thought it would be interesting to test an exemplary trading strategy with Python. So what you're seeing here is the index. I will link the website in the video description, so read yourself in how the index is calculated. You can find that here. And the very cool thing now about this site is we have an API, so we will have an easy time pulling the data. You will find that here. That said, let's get started. So I've opened up a Python notebook here or Jupyter notebook here, and we will start with importing some libraries. So we need the request libraries to request data from the API. We need pandas for data handling, and we need NumPy for some conditional checkings. First of all, we are pulling data from the API. So we are using request get. Why get? Because as you see here, we have to use the get method to request data from the API. Now we have some optional parameters. We will come to that in some seconds. First of all, we need the API link. So we are just copy pasting that here. And we also have to provide the endpoint. So this is the endpoint. We can just add that here. And with that, we already can start to request data. So let's actually test that. So as you see, we are getting a positive or a successful response here. So let's take a look at how the response is looking like. We are just getting the most recent value of the fear and greed index, 21 here. So does that fit to the data we saw in the graph? Yes, it does, 21. So everything went better than expected. Now we need to pull historical data from the API. So here we see limit the number of returned results. Default value is 1. Use 0 for all available data. So we have to pass a parameter to our request link here or our get method. So we can just add a question mark here and provide the limit parameter and set it to 0. So if we're pulling it now, we are getting historical data, right? So let's wrap that data into a data frame using pandas data frame function. And we have to index for the data key value here. All right, and with that, we are getting a beautiful data frame like this, containing the index values here, a classification, and a Unix formatted timestamp. So we need some data manipulations here. So all data is currently string formatted. So we want to have this value column as an integer column. So we can just use value, df value as type integer. And we also want to convert this timestamp column to a human readable timestamp. We can do that by using pd to datetime, provide the timestamp column here, and set the unit to s. And with that, we have our timestamp here as a usual date. All right. Now I want to set the index of this data frame, currently an integer index, to the timestamp column. I can do that by just using setIndex, provide the column name, and replace the current index. And with that, I have a data frame like this. Now let's plot this to just compare it to the data on the website of Crypto Fear and Greed to see if we are getting a chart like this, just to double check if we are on the right path here. So let's plot that. And as you see, we are getting the exact same chart as here. So everything is fine until now. Okay, now let's move on. Let's take a look at the data frame again. What you might have noticed already is we have the timestamp in quotation mark in the wrong order. So I just prefer it when we are starting at the earlier state here and ending at the later state here. Currently it's the other way around. So I just want to revert this whole data frame. We can do that by just reassigning that using two colons here and provide a -1 to revert the whole data frame. And now we see we have the earliest date here and the latest date here. All right. Okay, next we need to pull price data for, let's say, the Bitcoin. It's just an example. You can also check out other coins if you're interested in that. So I want to add a column here containing the Bitcoin price for each of those days here. Just a simple time series of Bitcoin prices. Therefore, I need a data source, and I'm using the good old Yfinance here. You can use the Binance API or whatever API you are preferring as well. So I'm using Yfinance, therefore I have to import the library first. Use YF download, provide the Bitcoin ticker, and I'm only interested in the close column here, and I'm storing that in another data frame df1. With that, I'm getting a data frame like this, and now I just want to add this column to this data frame, right? So I want to merge this data frame with this data frame here on the index. And as you see, the index currently starts at 2018 here and here at 2014. So if we are merging that with an inner join, we are just getting the dates starting from 2018. All right. Before we are merging, we have to make sure that the index has the same name. So here the name is timestamp and here the name is date. So I'm just renaming that here to timestamp so that we can merge. Now let's give the merge data frame a new name. I'm just calling that together chalk here. So I'm using df merge, provide the other price data frame, and we are merging on timestamp. And with that, we are getting a data frame as said, earliest 2018, and we have the close price of the Bitcoin on this particular day. With that, we can calculate daily returns or daily price changes. So we are adding up a new column here, naming that change, and apply the PCT change function on the close column, ending up with a new column change, which is containing the daily price changes here. And now we are formulating this strategy, and we're just keeping a very simple strategy here. So we are only buying the Bitcoin or holding the Bitcoin as long as the fear and greed index is above 50. So it is just the mid. The value is between 1 and 100, and we are just holding the Bitcoin as long as the index is above 50. So we are adding up a new column here, which we are calling position, and this is a Boolean column. So it has a 1 when we should be in a position, so when the index value is above 50, and it should contain a 0 when that is not the case. And we can achieve that with using numpy where and check the value, which is just the column containing the fear and greed index value. And if that's above 50, we want to have 1, else we want to have a 0 here. Okay. So what is the strategy return? The strategy return is simply multiplying the position column with the change column, because when we are in a position, we are getting the return of the Bitcoin, right? And when we are not in a position, we are not getting the return of the Bitcoin. Makes sense, right? So we are formulating the strategy as torque position times torque change. And with that, we are getting our daily strategies return. So we need to accumulate those returns over time to see how our strategy has performed. So I'm not going into details on how you are accumulating returns here, but I will link a video explaining how it is working in the video description. So we are accumulating the returns here, taking the cumulative product here, and we are directly plotting that. I'm just increasing the figure size here a bit. So this is our strategy. So as you see, we are basically following the Bitcoin, and in some phases we are not in the Bitcoin, and that is when we have a 0 in our position column. So we see when we have a straight line here, we are not in the Bitcoin position. Now let's compare this to the Bitcoin price development. So this is the development of the strategy since 2018, right? We are just comparing that to the Bitcoin now but therefore we need to use matplotlib. So we need to import matplotlib, pyplot as plt, and plot first of all our strategy. So we are setting up a figure here with a figure size of 2010. I have fat fingers today, sorry. And we want to plot the strategy, giving it a label, fear and greed. And we also want to plot the Bitcoin price development, and this is simply the accumulation of the daily changes here, right? Naming that Bitcoin, and then we are giving it a legend, so we are seeing those labels here. Okay, so let's get rid of that, plot it, and as you see, the fear and greed strategy, at least over the whole time period since 2018, was outperforming the Bitcoin itself, right? Certainly there is way more you can check out here with this data, but as we have good weather today, I'm leaving that up to you, at least for now, to give you some ideas what you could check, what happens if you buy when people are feared and sell when people are greedy, and also vice versa. What about different and more recent time horizons, and what about other coins? So be invited to comment your insights. If you want a second part going more into details, leave this video a like to let me know. Thank you very much for watching, and I wish you a hopefully nice and sunny day. Bye bye.